that we need to do things based on Jesus Christ as God's Son and died for to heaven, cover our. We acknowledge rock. We acknowledge people, and we make a decision on putting the, and that's the first sins. And then you're so excited to bold enough to confess Christ and let people know, and you can be, and then your burial and resurrection, died to your sin, resurrected. If you're ready to, if you've studied that, would like, or please let it be so an honor. Let's think about how we stand.
No, you want to sit down. Sorry. Chris is going to be, and Howard and Connor and Zaire, would y'all go help them pass out some of those? We're going to, if you're visiting with us, bear with us. We're going to go through the budget real quick. survey, just to see how many of y'all rolled your eyes. But, we apologize for not, because of some events we've had going on. Happening. Most y'all are all to be give each month, so that the things on this sheet can be handled and be taken well, no matter how small or large contribution is. That be able to give and elders, we know we're also called to be good with what you have given. So feel like we've done that. If you've done this, you can find words and ask us. But we're not going to go through line by line, hit the main points. Benevolent budget is that 40 there in that left-hand column. This is flat year. It's about children's homes, things like that is what this is for. Next area down below that, church property. That total just a little bit. We on our insurance and get a cheaper deductible. That $16,000 for that. Not right. The total is about 20%. Total annual budget. We cool in the time and the warmth in the winter, and these. It's not cheap, but that's about as good as we were able to do on that. So anyway, property local evangelism. These are the local works, like the ladies retreat that's going on now, the men's ministry, for our different workshops that Troy and Efren are able to stuff. It's up for last year. It's still only about 9% budget. One thing that got moved into that was an intern. So last year we had a one-time commitment enough to keep that. Hopefully we can get us another intern. I know Jackson was great to have here last year with area down. This is the largest it goes to 2819. We're called to nations, and one way we're able to do that is through our mission. Going to preaching school. Several there, Bear Valley and some at the. Kirk is going to get up in just a second. Graduating out in May. Man, they are fired up. Some of these names will change. I wanted to keep the amounts in there so we can support men and their families that are going in to these schools and be able to do spread the good news. This year over year, about $4,500. It's almost say 30%, but obviously it's incredibly important. One commitment. So these are those that we've basically said we're as long as able, but be there every year. And these on-time expenses, commitments. Actually down, this total amount of about down considerably last year, about 55%, which is more in line with budgets. Okay, down. That amount is flat. Year again takes to
go at this time. We had 3, and they were all here, and we all got to know them. We got to know their stories. Stories were amazing. God is faithful. He is working in amazing ways, and He is. Tyler, first of all, you'll see Brandon Tyler. He's from Las Vegas. He came to know Christ. He was surprised us at all at Bear Valley. He was an amazing student. He will be the pulpit minister at a Church of Christ in Colorado. So that's where Brandon's going. Anna Rawson, our people from Tennessee, 2 years ago, he's going to Oklahoma, and he will be serving as minister in that area for a congregation in Oklahoma. So they're doing things. Brian and Katie, it's kind of always the plan that he would go to Arizona and preach the word. So we got a preaching there. So Brian and Katie are headed to Arizona. Tyler Rex is a graduate, and Matea and boy, and so they will be preaching there. The list goes on, and we've talked about it a lot. There's a shortage of preachers in the Brotherhood, and Sunray is really adamant about training. Next weekend, you will see more faces coming in, and these faces will be asked for support. We do get many on the map. So these preaching schools are sending us applications and students, and I'm very proud of this congregation. We have had questions about under the missions has been in this supported by Sunray for probably well over 20 years. He started as a student at Sunset, and when he Israel, he went back to Israel to establish the Church of Christ. That congregation is they always have setbacks because of war, because the wars have calmed down, and because of that, they're visiting their congregation, and so their numbers are increasing. We've been talking to Maurice this week that they are doing very well. I want to portray his thank you to the church at Sunray, and he does feel bad that they're not yet. Is the consequence? The things that they're very unique and be self-sustained. Churches from the U.S., but Jesus' hometown in Nazareth, the little Sunray Church of Christ. Huge impact on that congregation, and they are so grateful for that. But that's what's going on with Maurice. Once again, next I'll plan on that. But if anybody has any questions about the works that we support, please let one of the deacons know, one of the elders know. But we incredible challenge last year with a hailstorm roof, and the deductible was $54,000. Not uncommon in the insurance world. We're facing higher deductibles, but in spite of all those challenges, the congregation stepped up, and they've taken care of what we needed to. But you're to be commended. Thank you.
Let's stand and sing the last song.